What a beautiful name it is. Say sunod.
What a beautiful name. The name of Jesus Christ, my King.
Saman, sa pamandayon.
Okay. Good morning. Marinig ako? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Nakakaiyak ka, no?
Beautiful name.
Yeah. Andrie is a resident from San Francisco, Agusan del Sur. I think few kilometers away from where I also grew up in Agusan del Sur. And the sharer of Andre was Judge Jingjing Talotalo. And Andre grew up under his lola's care. For some reason, lumaki siya na ang lola niya ang nag-alaga sa kanya. He grew up with no signs of, parang problem about the brain. He is very smart, he is strong, parang napaka-normal na bata siya. The mother, the lola, actually was a pharmacist and working at Mercury Drug in San Francisco, Agusan del Sur. Until one day, nag-seizure po siya. Nag-seizure and then madalas na, very often na yung kanyang nahihilo siya. So, the lola brought her to the hospital. Andre then was just 13 years old eh. 13 years old siya nung na-detect, na-diagnose na meron siyang brain tumor. And siguro dahil pharmacist yung mother, lola, at saka yung mother naman walang trabaho, for the lola, it's really a big no for chemo and radiation. And she was actually praying. Wala naman tayong magawa, no? Pag may sakit, yung pinakamamahal mong apo. May kasabihan nga tayo nga, ang apo, mas closer sa heart ng isang lola. Ang apo, mas matindi pa, no, yung relationship niya sa kanyang lola. Siguro dahil yung nanay, nung lumaki na nawawala na yung bonding, pero yung bata, yung apo kasi, lalo na sa lola, really very, very close. And can you imagine the pain, no? The pain that the lola was actually, experiencing. 13-year-old, 14-year-old, and 15-year-old. So parang every time na sasakit yung ulo niya, parang gusto niyang ibagok ito kasi sobrang sakit talaga. And the optic nerve, tulad ng nangyari ng first sharer, dahan-dahan po siyang naiipit doon sa lumalaki na tumor. So yung mata ng bata, yung mata niya, unti-unting nako-close o hindi naman siya bulag, pero hindi na niya ito maibuka. And then, mga 15-year-old na siya, he was no longer able to stand. Hindi na siya, bedridden si Andre. And the lola was still hoping for miracle. The lola was reading the Bible to Andre, reading stories of miracle after miracle that the Lord God had been, doing years ago. And he was trying to, influence her apo na God is very much able to help you, that God is very much able to heal you. And then, suddenly, Jingjing, the judge, makwento yun no? Sa Mercury Drug, Then, well, you know, I think she bought gamot there and nakausap niya yung one of the tendera. I don't know how it happened, but the Lula, it is the manager of the Mercury Drug came out and then talked to Jingjing about Purtier placenta. Kasi matagal na pala niyang naririnig ang Purtier, it's just that wala siyang mabilhan. Kasi you know, tayo naman, no, we are not exactly, you know, we are not a commodity available in anywhere. Available lang tayo sa mga tao talaga, ng mga advocates. So, to make the story short, Jingjing immediately leave a bottle of Purtier placenta. She went to the house with the Lola, and then while looking at the pasyente, you know, look at the pain. Kahit pakakainin siya, you can still see, no? You can still see the pain that Andrie at a very young age was actually suffering. Tayo ulit-ulit natin sinasabi na people of today lives too short, and die too long. But for him, kay Andrie, so young to really experience the magnitude of pain brought by a brain tumor. So, tuloy-tuloy ang inuman, parang 6 capsules lang. 2 in the morning, 2 sa tanghali, and then 2 in the afternoon. After 3 months of using Purtier placenta, Andrie could manage na to sit down. Next picture, please. Okay. Can you see it? Okay. Nakita nyo, from a bedridden, no chemo, no radiation. If you are still in doubt with Purtier placenta right now, maybe that's the reason for you to, you know, parang medyo hesitant kang mag-share sa Purtier placenta. I tell you, you just join the OPP every Wednesday and I'll be giving you amazing stories just like Andrie. No chemo, no radiation, only Purtier placenta in 3 months' time. Okay, nakita mo, nakakaupo na siya, and he looks better, far better than the previous years na nakakonfine lang siya sa kanyang kama. It's different when Andrie na sana no, ang mag-share, but I will ask him to share. Wala siyang signal kasi. Cellphone is not allowed to Andrie. Okay? This is a part of the training na naintindihan ng lola na any form of radiation, any form of pollution, bawal kay Andrie. So, while the lola is working at the Mercury Drug, nobody could ever, you know, replace the position of Andrie to personally share his story. After 6 months, miracle happened. God answered prayer. 6 months of using Purtier, this is Andrie today. Can we give an applause to the Lord? Okay, can we give an applause? Applause, why? Because it is true. Nothing, yes. Applause, please. Nothing is impossible with God. Nothing is too hard and too difficult with Him. The first, I think, formula that God was moved from His throne to reach out Andrie was the faith of the Lola. The Lola never gave up. The Lola continued to pray without ceasing. The Lola was not just praying, but the Lola tried to convince herself. Pinapaniwala niya ang sarili niya, God would soon heal her apo. A heart that, you know, a heart that truly trusts the Lord. A heart that truly depended on the Lord. The Lord moved and He caused madaldal na Judge Jingjing to share Purtier placenta inside mercury trap. And today, the boy is still using Purtier placenta. Umiinom pa rin siya ng Purtier, one in the morning and one in the evening for her maintenance. You see, that is how good the product in front of you. That is how effective Purtier placenta. I was enjoying how GL Partosa or Lloyd Partosa sharing the product earlier because I knew that some of us inside the meeting room were able to grasp, no? Were able to learn something from his sharing. And today is truly a good day. Today is a blessed day. Sharing the two amazing stories. Grabe, dalawang amazing stories. I know na all of you, lahat tayo, are now, a bit encouraged or we have that strength already to bring more people, to invite more people through this meeting room. I believe na today we have already discussed, no? Ang taas ng ano natin ngayon, ng kumpiyansa sa sarili. Ang taas ng tiwala natin ngayon sa Purtier placenta because of the two amazing stories shared this very OPP. That is why I am calling each and everyone. If you are part of Team Ben or part of the Team Kayumanggi or part of Railway Philippines, I am encouraging you to really collect all the stories that you encounter and bring them inside this forum to really help us, first and foremost, help us to build so much trust and belief to Purtier placenta. I think wala nang ibang rason na magpatumpik-tumpik ka pa. I think wala ka nang takot na mag-share sa Purtier placenta. Kahit sino pang mga doktor ang maghahanap sa'yo ng clinical studies. Okay? Clinical studies are just papers. But the stories that was shared to us just now are the story of real people in real pain and now experiencing real healing and recovery. Ilang beses ko nang sinabi na the Lord God knows our need. Before we gonna open our eyes, our mouth, God knows the true and true of your heart. He really knew our problem today. And illness is one among the biggest problem, not just in the Philippines, but all over the world. And our God is not abusive Father. He's not the God that recalls all our mistakes. In fact, He is the God that always offers us mercy every day. And today, if you talk about illness, if you talk about sickness, if you talk about health problem today, the only way that can provide you healing and recovery is when you start to open your heart, to open your mind. That God will continue to sustain us. He will provide us in His own special way to reach out and to solve our problem. And today, if you talk cancer, if you talk about diabetes and its different complications, if you talk about kidney, chronic kidney problems, if you talk of any different kind of degenerative diseases, Purtier placenta is the only solutions. And since Purtier is the only available solutions today, not in our very home, but all over the world, I think it is more than enough to give us the courage, to give us this inspiration to really get out from the box. Just like what the second sharer kanina, Scotty, okay? Nag-alangan kasi siya eh. No? Nag-alangan, kulang sa paniniwala sa product. Kasi kung ako ang nag-share maybe sa batang yon, pwede kong isugal yung 15,000 ko eh. Half the patient, dadaan muna tayo ng CT scan because I knew how Purtier placenta works, how effective Purtier placenta. But then again, wala tayong magawa. Okay? Nobody stand up in behalf of Purtier placenta during those times. In the case of the second testimony, it was Judge Jingjing. Nilaban niya. And she usually tapped the shoulder of the lola. Sabi niya, huwag kang mag-alala. Gagaling ang apo mo. And true enough, that faith of the sharer, Jingjing, Jingjing Talo-Talo, contributed so much in the heart of the lola to really believe that Purtier placenta is a miraculous live cell therapy. And so today, hindi lang silang dalawa, no? There are a lot of stories. Lot of stories being told, a lot of stories, amazing stories are being shared. So, we are all blessed tayo. Sobrang blessed tayo. Why? Because we are part of these blessings. Tayo po ay parte ng blessing na napakalaki. Through Rewi International, Rewi Philippines, and of being an advocate of Purtier placenta. I have my own story to tell. You have your own story to share. Many have their own story to tell. So ano po bang gagawin natin? Let us unite today. Lalong-lalo na. Let us unite and let us borrow strength. Let us learn from another story and let us be all together be equipped and empowered. And ladies and gentlemen, let us dominate Philippines. Let us fight. Let us, prepare ourselves to go into the battlefield. Educate the people without mercy and share Purtier placenta. Okay? So,